I'm going to speak of character, where it comes from, what it is. Character is in the divine or pure intellect. To give you an example of character, there's the character, the divine character or idea of a horse. The horse has no distinction. There is the divine character or idea of man and of woman. And the divine character is the potential that every man and every woman is endeavouring to realise by their living life. It is a divine idea, therefore it is of God. And no one can deny that every man and every woman is endeavouring to realise some sort of ideal of either goodness or ambition or rightness, something that to each one is an ideal. But the extraordinary thing is that no particular man ever realises the particular character of man. Being a divine idea, every manifestation of man is an attempt to realise more and more of the character of man. Nobody knows what that character is because it's in the divine intellect. It's held there, motionless. And the projection of man from life to life, living life to living life, comes through there, and that is its potential. That's what you are doing. Really, what you think, what you work out, what you rationalise, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Has no bearing on what I'm talking about, the realisation of the character, because it's not you that's going to realise it. It's just that it has to be done as everybody's life. So there is a sense in man, the character of man seems to be related to nobility and nobleness of spirit, of character. And every man in his own way is endeavouring to realise or be an aspect of that, nobility. His interpretation of it, each man, individual man's interpretation of it, is quite different, because some think that they should be like Jesus, live like Jesus, or like Buddha, for instance. And that's all part of the endeavour to realise the ideal, or the idea, the character. It's part of it. But it hasn't succeeded yet, because it'll never be succeeded. But we have to keep trying. Now let's take the idea of horse, the character of horse. Man thinks that by interbreeding horses, as he's been doing for thousands of years, for thousands of years, the different strands that he breeds for racing, for doing this, for doing that, he thinks that he is doing it, but really he is simply an impulse of the life force that is helping horse to be realised in matter here in this present. Because every aspect of horse is, in combination, is a part of the character of horse. The same with dogs. So man has bred spaniels, so it is, with the long ears, as gun dogs, and then he's bred sheep dogs who can round up the sheep. And the whole thing is the character of dog that is evolving. And man is simply one of the impulses, like water is to the tree, that allows it to change, or the air or the pollen drifting on the air. All these things allow everything to change, to start to express more and more the idea in the divine intellect of horse or tree or man or woman. There's no person in it. Everyone is a contributing factor, an impulse, part of the impulse, helping the trees, helping the animals to realise more aspects of the divine character. And so there are various characters in man, in particular men. We seem to realise, we seem to regard only the noble as the character, but then I don't know that that's true. Because no man is all noble, is he? He endeavours to be more noble, but does he? He also endeavours to be more rich. He endeavours to have more power. He endeavours to control more men. He endeavours to control women. All that is an endeavour for the character of man to be expressed in existence. Now, what this character is, we can't say. It can't be said what the character of horse is. This seems to have been said way back by Plato, but he never went into it in any great detail. The idea. I know more about it than Plato ever recorded that he knew, and that's what I'm endeavouring to tell you now. So every living life, not as a reincarnation, but as a recurrence of what I have told you is the divine imprint in you. Now there's the divine imprint in the life that is inside of you, which you can't name, you can't particularise. You are life. So you just got to accept it, because when life withdraws, you're going to get sick or you're going to die. So you are life. And that life consists of a resonance or a vibration consistent with your self-knowledge from living life, or that life's self-knowledge. This is your identity, your real identity, not your name, not your house, not where you work, not your address and all that stuff which is projected, manifested out here by the mind. But your self-knowledge is what is carried forward from life to life, not the person. You'll never know about it. Not you who's here listening to these words, not I. Not I who's saying them. I'll never know about it. Because it is a great, wonderful, wonderful process that's going on, which has no individuals, no persons in it, no individuals, no interpretations make any sense. It's just going on. And that's why everybody dies and everything dies. Because it's just going on. It can go on perfectly well without you. Perfectly well, without very long. Goes on perfectly well. But the point is that the imprimatur, now an imprimatur is an imprint, right? Imprimatur, although the ata gives a certain authority to it. Imprimatur is an imprint. And an imprint is what we would call in another term a mark. And a mark is a character. So when writing first started, they started with marks for numbers and for hieroglyphics. Marks, which were characters. And so if we at some level, A, B, C, D, E and all the rest of it is regarded as characters. Marks. Now, if we go back to your life, which is in that body now, it is imprinted with the character, the self-knowledge that has been accrued or has been gathered in the living lives of that life. Although life is utterly and completely one, there is this extraordinary identification called self-knowledge as far as human beings are concerned.